We've got a 2026 Silverado with a check engine light. Let's figure it out.
So after scanning the vehicle for codes, you can see we have about 6 codes in the ECM, and they all deal with Intake Camshaft Profile Actuator. So this is Profile Actuator number 1 for the top 3 codes, and Profile Actuator number 2 for the bottom 3 codes.
So taking a look at the schematic, each of these actuators has got a position sensor portion, and it's got the actual actuation portion.
So taking a look at scan tool data, I can see actuator number 2 actually shows the right position, comparing it to number 3 and number 4, but number 1 is at 0%. So there's obviously something definitely wrong with it. So I've got the vehicle running right now, and obviously the position sensor signal right here in blue is not really putting anything useful out. But the biggest thing I've noticed is our low reference circuit has got 5 volts on it. So here goes a measurement from actuator number 4. So you can see our signal circuit is actually changing. Our 5 volts is staying steady at 5 volts. There's a little bit of noise on each channel. And our low reference is down where it should be, close to 0.
All right, so with our actuator disconnected, this is the one that was not working correctly. And using a multimeter, measuring between the 5 volt reference and the low reference, we've got 0 volts. Now, if I use a separate ground instead of that low reference, I've got 5 volts. So that lets you know the low reference circuit is broken somewhere in this harness. We'll have to figure out where that's at. Actually, I found it right here. It is broken right here, just a few inches away from the connector itself. So that 5 volts I was measuring with the oscilloscope was just coming through the position sensor. So we weren't actually getting 5 volts from the vehicle. It was just the 5 volt reference passing through the position sensor, and then we were measuring it on the other side. So I'm assuming this is going to be rodent damage. Looks like something tried to chew these up. And it looks like it's got a low reference circuit and the signal circuit right here. And I'm assuming these other 2 are the actuator circuits. And it also looks like it may have, whatever it was, damaged at least the tape right here on this circuit to the purge pump as well. So thankfully, all of those wires are cut a good ways away from the end of the connector. So I believe the easiest fix for this is going to be just cut the rest of the wires that aren't already damaged and basically splice the connector back into the vehicle. So here we go. There goes all our remaining circuits and the tape. Now we just got to get this tape off, and we got to get some tape off of the engine side as well so we can get to the actual wires to splice to them. So usually this is about the easiest way to get through this tape, especially this abrasive resistant tape we got on all these vehicles now. There we go. Now we just need some butt connectors and do the same thing on the other side. So here goes my pigtail, and I've already got our wires almost prepped and ready to go. Now all I have to do is splice these on, and we'll reevaluate it and see what everything looks like. All right, everything is back together now. I've got my leads hooked back up. Let's look at the scope one more time and the scan tool data and make sure everything's all good.
So here goes our actuator number 1 after the repairs. So you can see our signal circuit is now fluctuating the way it should. Our low reference is now close to 0 again, and everything appears to be good. Let's look at the scan tool data one more time. Looking at the scan tool data, we can now see that our number 1 position sensor is now at 82%, just like the other 4. So this thing appears to be fixed.
Now to test the actual actuator portion of these, because I want to make sure they didn't get damaged from the wiring, all we have to do is put 12 volts and ground to it. And you can see that one works. And same test on this actuator. Looks like it works too. I wanted to make sure these were good because nothing really explained why number 2 was setting the codes it was setting. I'm assuming the wiring for number 1 was somehow affecting number 2, but from this point, it seems like everything is working correctly, so I'll say it's good to go.
And after scanning it one more time, you can see that our codes are cleared out. and there are no more issues.
So I went out to drive the truck just to get the system to operate and make sure there were no more issues and everything is good to go. So that's going to be it for this one. If you found this helpful or interesting, then follow me for more.